Welcome to the Back to Brick Property Podcast. I'm your host, David Lamb. On this podcast, we'll be stripping property investors and business people alike back to brick to find out how their journey can help you on your journey.
This podcast is brought to you by Orange Sales and Lettings. If you know someone that is looking to sell or let a home, please get in touch. Referral fees are available. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to the Back to Brick Property Show. I'm your host, David Lamb. Today's show is sponsored by Orange Sales and Lettings. Episode 38. Wow, how did that happen? We've had some amazing guests on the show, and today's is no different. Do you want to grow a massive property portfolio quickly? If so, then you need to listen to this man. Welcome, Aston Haslam.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
And you, mate. Really appreciate you coming up from Manchester. It's not the first time you've been in the North East, I've just found out.
Yeah. Love the North East.
Yeah, you have to say that now, mate.
No,
I
actually do love it. I do love it, yeah.
It's amazing. Every guest I have comes on, talks about how much they love the North East, and I don't know whether they're just saying it.
It's the weather that, I mean, the weather in Manchester is bad, but like the North East, I feel like it's worse.
Yeah, you're used to the grey clouds, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I love Manchester a bit, but it's literally been raining every time I've been. I know everyone says that, but
no, it is.
It's true.
It literally rains every day.
You just get used to it, don't you? It makes your holidays more enjoyable.
Exactly.
When you're in the sun.
Exactly.
So, mate, I know a lot about you. I've been following you for a good few years on socials, etc. now, so amazing story. But for those who don't know, who are you?
So I guess probably the best way to describe myself would just be a property investor. Like, just very, very simply. My main business is just an investment company. So we'll buy and hold. So we have a portfolio at the minute. But then more recently, we just buy and flip. So mostly property trading. So,
right.
Started coming up 6 years now. Left uni, did a job for a year. Just realised it wasn't for me.
Just a year?
I'm pretty unemployable, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an absolute loose cannon. Like, I genuinely am. Like, I'm 100 miles an hour.
Right.
Whereas in a job, you almost get held back. It was an entrepreneurial company, which I enjoyed.
Right, okay.
It just wasn't for
What were you doing, incidentally?
E-commerce.
Right, okay.
So I used to work I did all the e-commerce and websites for Nestle and Homebase.
Oh, right, okay.
So same group of companies that own MyProtein.
Yeah.
Beauty companies, etc.
Yeah.
And then like Nestle and Homebase were my clients.
Right, okay.
It was good.
Yeah, okay. So how did you transition? How did you find property?
So I have two business partners, Adam and Alex. They're twin brothers, and I used to go to school with Adam. Same bus every single day for like 7 years. And COVID, right at the start of COVID, when everyone was sort of sat in the back gardens when the sun was out.
Yeah, best summer ever.
Oh, mate, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Adam gave me a call and was like, we've just been to a crash course and we're thinking about doing property. And I was like, that's weird because I've been watching YouTube videos. It sounds really cool. I think the YouTube videos I must have been watching was probably Samuel Leeds. Yeah. He was like, especially 5-6 years ago, like the Instagram property scene isn't what it is now.
No, definitely not.
There's hardly anyone doing it.
No.
And so I guess just by watching his YouTube videos was able to understand it more, understand that it's not just for the rich and wealthy, and you could start deal sourcing. Yeah. And that's exactly what we did. We just was deal sourcing for the first year. And it went well. Not massive, like we weren't making six figures. There was three of us, and Adam was full-time in the business and me and Alex was still in jobs. Like, we weren't selling enough deals. Like, we'd sell like one deal a month, which in this day and age, people will class as terrible. Yeah. But at the time, it was actually...
But you were so young as well, so it was probably a lot more money than it would be to you.
Exactly,
Now,
exactly.
It's interesting you mentioned Samuel Leeds, because obviously he gets a bad rep, and some of it is, it's due. But he did sort of open the door for many of my guests that have been on, even though some of them didn't necessarily do a course with him, but just watching him online sort of made them rethink, like you've just touched on there. It's not all about having huge wealth before you go into property. You can get into it primarily. So I guess he's done a lot of good.
100%. Like, people like him, people hate him. I quite like him. I don't agree with everything he says, obviously. He wouldn't agree with everything I say.
Exactly. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we've never paid for any of his training, but some of the stuff that I used to watch on YouTube just to open your mind up and go, it's possible. That's probably one of the reasons why we're sat here now.
Yeah. I think I don't agree with everything he says, but I quite like his character as well. I
think he's got funnier.
He is funnier.
He's got funnier in the last year.
He's miles funnier. Yeah. And he welcomes the hate as well, doesn't he? He loves winding people up, which is always good for entertainment. So how many deals did you source then before you actually invested?
I think not a lot, maybe like 15. And we were just sourcing to anybody. It took us 6 months to get our first investor call.
Right.
So most people would have quit. And we just carried on, sourced a couple to this investor. He introduced to his brother who had a business.
And you're still working at this time as
I
well?
was still a full-time job. Yeah. So was Alex, and Adam was doing pretty much most of the business.
Okay.
Overspent on the refurb on the first project by 10 grand. We quoted 25 grand. It was 35. Didn't want to go back to the investor. First deal, ruined reputation instantly.
Yeah.
So we were almost like sourcing other deals that paid for that refurb at the time. So then Adam was paying himself like £800 a month because, like, yes, you might. I mean, source fees back in those days were like 2.5, 3 grand.
Yeah.
Now it's 5+.
Yeah, for an average deal now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we weren't making good money at all. And then we sourced a deal to an investor who just sold his company for tens of millions of pounds, local lad. We never knew him before, came from an introduction from someone else who was doing property but not sourcing. Sold him 2 standard buy-to-lets, and I guess he was just bored, young, mid-30s, and was like, I'm finished, like tens of millions of pounds.
Oh, wow.
How can we do more? And we were like, well, we need money because we want to start buying ourselves. We're sick of deal sourcing. And today he's give us 3.6 million quid.
Is it really? Oh, brilliant. So you're still working with him now?
He's a shareholder in the company.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Superb.
So, crazy first investor. Well, I say first investor. First investor for the first deal we ever bought was 2 houses in Middlesbrough, next door to each other. They were 40 grand each.
You were robbed.
Yeah, I think we were.
Probably still 40 grand each.
100%. I'll wait till I tell you what we sold them for. God. They were 40 grand each. We spent 20 grand on each as well. So we needed 120k. And my dad refinanced the family house where me, mum and dad were living. Right. And people look at that and go, it's dad's money and all of that. Yeah, like, and what? Dad gave me the money, but it's a massive risk for him.
I was going to say it wasn't sat in his bank, just... Yeah.
He's not, like, he's done really well for himself. Standard 4-bed house on a cul-de-sac, has a good job, mum doesn't work, and like, but nowhere near millions or anything, like not a millionaire or anything. Yeah. And so for him, like, that's his whole life was in that house.
It was a big deal. Yeah.
Took the risk. Mum wouldn't speak to me for ages, hated it. That's their retirement, and bought them for 40, spent 20, sold them both. I think we sold them both for, what did we sell them both for? 60, all in with fees. I think we sold them for like 100 grand each.
Did you really? Oh, wow.
Because we put a mayor's lease on it. And we sold them overseas into Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And that's when it opened up, because we were like, I think we probably made like, after fees and interest, I think we probably made like, I think it was like 20 grand on each net, so 40 net.
Brilliant.
I was getting paid 25 grand at the time, so I was like, sweet, this is cool.
Superb.
Paid my dad back, never used his money since, and we thought, well, if we can do 2 and make 40 grand, like, why don't we just try and do 10 and 20? And then we started going.
Is your mum talking to you yet?
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
She's fine now.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Just give her 10 grand.
Yeah. Pay for the holiday.
Yeah. Oh, mate, that's an amazing story. Because I knew you'd done that with 2 flips early doors. I'd heard you talk about it before. I didn't realise they were in Middlesbrough, though.
Middlesbrough.
Mate,
sourced by one of my good friends, who we work with today still.
Was it really?
Yeah.
So, you know, if you've proven that you can flip houses in the middle of Middlesbrough, mate, then that's no mean feat. Trust me, that's no mean feat. So well done on that. So where did you go from there? You had a bit of cash in your bank. You've paid your dad back. Where did you go from there?
Yeah, so it's when this investor came around and said, I want to invest in a company. Mm-hmm. So we worked out that we'll give him a shareholding in the portfolio that we wanted to build. Mm-hmm. And it would be good if he bought into the company, and the company's worth nothing. Yeah. Like, it's worth absolutely nothing other than us, our knowledge on how we could do it, and I guess like the vision and the drive. And then he basically bought into the company. So the figure was office for 2 years, 25 grand each. So for 3 of us for 2 years.
Right.
And that was our figure. We said, we just want two years run at this.
Brilliant.
That's what you need to do to pay for the shares.
Yeah.
He paid that. And then the aim was to buy 1 house a month. He put £1 million in the bank, interest free, which was cool. And then 1 house a month. And then I think we bought 5 in the first month.
Did you really?
And then he ended up giving 3.6 and we bought 50 in 12 months.
And where were they?
All Lancashire, so
Right,
North
okay.
Manchester. So, yeah, cheap. Like you're probably talking like at that time it was like 60 to 90k tops
Right,
you'd
okay.
buy at. But as we were buying, refurbing, leasing, we were flipping them always into Hong Kong.
Ah, right, okay.
So the cash was coming back in.
Right. So you all those 50 you did the same model with?
Exactly the same.
Did you really?
Same.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I could even show you pictures. Like every single one of them houses looks identical.
Right.
Same kitchen, same bathroom,
Yeah, if it
same
works,
carpet.
why change it? Yeah.
4 build teams. We had full-time build teams at one point. It just doesn't work for us.
No.
It's just people wanting to get paid on a Thursday because they want to go out on a Friday
Exactly,
weekly,
yeah,
and it just
yeah.
didn't work.
I've never known it work for anyone,
No,
to be honest.
there's no point. There's no point taking
Everyone
the
tries
risk.
it. Never.
It sounds good, doesn't it?
It does sound good. It looks good from the outside, but yeah, it's never going to work.
Unless you're doing crazy scale, which that was
Yeah.
probably quite big scale, but like I had no clue how to manage a builder. So yeah, and it just worked on a conveyor belt, same model.
Right.
We sold half, so we sold 20, just under half, sold 24, and then we have
All to Hong Kong.
some down in London
Right.
to just like high net worth who just want to buy the income.
Yeah.
And all of this was with like local homeless charities,
Right. Okay.
so CIC companies. And then we have 26 now. We batched them into SPV, so we did 10, and 6, and we were selling the portfolios in the
Right.
companies. And we had them all in legals to sell to a big fund, all 26, and we thought we'd like made it. Like we were clearing like serious money.
Yeah.
And the provider went bust
Oh no.
like a week before that we were going to complete.
How long ago was that then?
2 years, maybe a bit longer.
Right,
Biggest
okay.
homeless CRC in the country.
Right,
Went
okay.
bust overnight. Then the big funds, like 20 of the providers all went bust because we weren't cash flowing from the councils. And then we learned a big lesson. Like we had 9 staff. Our costs were 30 grand a month. Had to sack all the staff. Had no income. Like literally we had houses, 106 beds with 9 people in.
Really? Oh wow.
That's obviously why the provider went bust. That's why people would do a lot of social housing. They don't understand the mechanics behind it.
So what did you do from there then?
It was just full on survival plan. Can we lease it to another provider? We'd go to the other provider. They'd try charge us a year's rent up front for the portfolio. So they'd go give us £500,000 and we'll put the lease on it. And we we're going to take an educated gamble as like, sweet, we can pay them that cash. Obviously we didn't have £500,000. So we were going to latch it onto the sale price, sell it, and then pay them when we sold it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that provider's gone bust now as well.
Bloody hell.
So it would have been a terrible decision. And we just started working with a specific management company that deal with providers that have gone bust.
Right. Okay.
And these guys sort of plugged us into the council.
As if that even exists.
It's
Yeah.
mental. And so now we get referrals from the council, tenants come in, housing benefit claims are raised, support workers come in, all the bills come off. And it nets us double
Right. Okay.
what it did on a provider.
When the provider went bust, did you have any lending on the properties by then, or was it all from this
cash.
investor's cash?
Still all cash.
Is it? It's still cash today.
Still all
Oh,
cash. We're refinancing 10 at the minute.
Right.
Because it genuinely has taken us like a year and a half to stabilize it.
Well, it will do. Yeah.
Because getting like tenants in and raising a housing benefit claim and getting it in payment can take 6 months for one person.
Right. Admin heavy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we've stabilized. I think we're at like 75% occupancy now, which
Right,
is really
okay.
good.
Yeah.
So we'll just refinance in the first 10 and then we'll do the next 10.
Yeah. And what's the plan to do with that? To use those funds for then? Growth.
Yeah. So the funds that come back in will go back to the investor, and then £1 million will come back into the company because that was always the agreement.
Okay.
But that's obviously still a loan into the company. It's not like £1 million that we have.
Yeah.
Like we have to. I mean, we're not paying interest on it, but we can't spend it on anything other than houses.
Yeah.
So we'll just build the portfolio further.
Yeah. Okay. There's a lot to unpick there. You've just been through so much in such a quick time frame at such a young age as well. So I guess the number one question I want to ask you is, what were the main lessons from that all sort of happening in that period?
All of our eggs were in one basket, one provider. And like, it's like rule number 1 in business: do not put your eggs in one basket. Yeah. But it's easy to say to people, but when things are just working so well,
of course it is. Yeah.
Buy, refurb, the lease is already coming on, you can sell, done. It's like, why would you work with anybody else? It's just so easy. But yeah, all our eggs in one basket was the worst decision ever.
Yeah.
And that's what led to the downfall of the portfolio at that time. Yeah. But yeah, it's tons of lessons, like probably hired too quick, payroll went up too quick, which meant that when the bad time happened, it was like even worse.
Yeah. But like you say, you just had a conveyor belt. It was all set up, wasn't it? Systemized very well by the sounds of things. So why wouldn't you have full confidence in that model and keep going? We'd all do the same, wouldn't we?
Yeah. We didn't buy very well, to be completely honest. Like, I feel like when you've got a big pot of cash and you want to scale so quick, you end up buying stuff. Like, we were buying, like, let's say we were buying a house on the market for 90 grand, and people would come in and offer 90 grand. Well, we'd go in and just offer 100.
Right.
Just to get it.
Yeah.
Because we knew we could lease it, sell it, and make money, because it worked on our margins on that model.
Exactly. Yeah.
But then when the model falls back onto a standard house, then you've just overspent by 10 grand for no reason. Yeah. So like, we weren't buying well.
No. I guess, yeah, it's a dangerous model, and obviously it worked for you. Certainly worked very well, but during that period. But yeah, you always, it's like when people do these huge 7-8 bed HMOs and getting massive commercial valuations on them. One of my best friends, his whole business model is professional HMOs. He's getting huge commercial loans on them all. And for instance, they're worth 250 grand bricks and mortar. He's getting 350, 375 commercial loans. I think that it's great in the short term, but I just couldn't sleep at night. It's not the way I'd want.
It's a really good model if you've got cash. Like, we know people that do it, that we're speaking about before this podcast.
Yeah.
If you've got cash, really good model. And if you just want cash flow, really good model, but diversify the portfolio, because in my opinion, when you do a commercial val HMO, your net worth goes down. Because
exactly. Of course it does.
It literally does, because the house is worth 250 maximum, like in that example. Like, it's probably the priciest house on the street at that point, bricks and mortar. You're lending at 350k valuation, you've got more debt on the property than the property's worth. Your net worth's gone down.
Exactly. No, I totally agree with that. And it's depreciating all the time because it's not new and shiny anymore. It's being bashed about because they've had 8 tenants in it. No, yeah, you're right there. If you've got cash, it is a great model. But the guy I'm talking about, he's using investor funds to do it all. So he has got cash, but it's not his ultimately. If you've got your own cash sat in the bank, I think it's a good way to go.
I think as well, mate, just one point on that is, like, location's massive for it. I know a lot of people that do it in the northeast. I don't think HMOs like pop in the northeast like they do around Manchester. And like, in Manchester, they're building skyscrapers with 800 HMO rooms in.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're building co-living skyscrapers. And so to think that you build a nice shiny HMO 20 minutes outside of Manchester and you're going to rent it for the next 20 years is just not true, because you're charging £900 a room, whereas someone can get £800 a room in a skyscraper, Manchester city centre, gym, cinema, fucking anything you want, pool.
Yeah, one payment every month.
Done.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And I think that's where the big developers have come in and gone, yeah, it's a good model, actually, let's just do it, but do it close to the town. Yeah,
superb. Yeah, in Manchester, different world. But yeah, but the towns that people are doing it up here, they don't have that demand, they don't have that capital growth that you'd see around Manchester, etc. So I think you're insulated by that in Manchester. But that first sort of, because so many people find it difficult to lend investor funds, even people I've spoken to in the past that have found the investor funds, they still don't feel comfortable enough to go ahead with it. What was your mindset around, and how did you feel when that first lot of cash was lent to you via a private investor? Did you feel like the pressure was on to perform with somebody else's money, or were you just completely comfortable with it?
I think in my head, I'm thinking that I was thinking, great, there's the money, we can just go and steam in. Whereas I'd like to think that I thought, I'm treating this person's money as if it's my own, because that's what we obviously do now.
Yeah.
But like, at that point, when you're like 22 and you're going, Jesus, like, we can just go and buy houses. Like, this is cool. It's like, it's almost like a game at the time.
It is, yeah.
And it all worked out well. Yeah. And I think I did think at the time, like, shit, like, we are on the hook for a lot of cash. But especially now, like, if people are raising money, you need to treat it exactly the same as if it's your own money. If not more careful.
Yeah, I was going to
because
say.
you can if you lose your own money, it's fine, like just make it back. You lose someone else's money, that could be their whole life.
Yeah.
But you've almost got to identify as someone that is okay with having that amount of cash in the bank. So like some people, if you've never raised investor funds before and you've never seen 100 grand before in a bank account, like getting it is pretty scary.
Yeah.
But if you sit there and just, if you're knowledgeable and you understand how you're structuring it, the securities and how you're speaking to people, and you actually understand what you're going to go buy, and you've got clarity on what you want to go do,
it's a tool.
then you should be cool.
Yeah. I mean, you must have had an amazing amount of faith in you, like you say, 22-year-old, to give you that much cash and continued. Obviously, you've proven yourself 10 times over since then, but to do that in the early days, you must have really impressed him with those early properties.
I think it was Adam. Adam pretty much. Adam closed that first deal. I'll give him credit. Adam had the initial meeting with him,
right?
Because we were still in. I was in my nan's 5 office.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He just you buy into people.
Gosh, you do.
He was a local lad, sold a business, saw himself in us, bored probably. How many Porsches can you buy?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And wanted to invest in property, and he thought, well, these guys are hungry, they're driven. I always say, if I was to invest 100 grand with somebody, would I give it to someone who's really experienced like me, or would I give it to somebody new in the game? People think I'd say me. I'd actually say I'd give it to the new person.
Really?
Because if someone gave me 100 grand and I'm doing 10 projects, 10% of my energy and effort is on their 100 grand.
True.
If I give it to someone who's brand new, who's never done a deal before, but I can see the hungry, the driven, want to protect the reputation, they make the deal work no matter what, you're going to get paid back.
Yeah.
Then I'd give it to that guy.
Yeah.
Because I know that no matter what, they are going to work 24/7 to make sure the deal works. I think it's an interesting concept.
That's an interesting perspective. Yeah, I never thought about it like that, but it's true. Yeah, I mean that's their everything, isn't it? They're gonna treat you with a lot more care, I guess. Yeah, I never thought of it that way. So, why did you go the HMO route so early? Was it because of the volume of cash that was available to you, or because traditionally people would go buy to let, do 10 or 15 of them, and then go into HMOs?
We only did HMOs because that's the only thing we sourced.
Right.
Like the first investor we met wanted a social housing HMO.
Right, okay.
So we were like, right, let's find a provider and let's figure out how to do a HMO.
Right.
And then all we sourced after it was a super niche social housing HMO. Source fee, project management fee, and we'll lease it for you. That's all we did.
Right, okay.
So then when we went to buy, like, we were probably looking at buy-to-lets going like we know HMOs more than buy-to-lets.
Yeah.
Would I go and buy 50 HMOs? Do I want to own 26 HMOs in that portfolio? No. I want a big mixture.
Yeah.
I want loads more buy-to-lets. I want loads of other stock, commercial property, etc.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just do HMOs because I don't know. I think it can be a bit flimsy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in certain areas, yeah. So do you hold social housing HMOs as well? Yeah, I know you flip a lot on.
Yeah.
The ones that you hold that you referred to, they're social housing as well?
Yeah, so they're supported living.
Yeah.
So we don't have a lease.
Right,
no lease.
okay.
So we control the whole thing.
Ah, right.
Lost all faith in providers. Control the whole picture. Control the referrals from the council with the help of management agents. Control support workers going in. Housing benefit claims. We have a full-time finance manager. Fractional finance director. So like at the end of the month, board packs, like it allows us to see the whole picture.
Brilliant.
And because we cut out the margin that the provider would make, let's say you were getting £70 per week per room, then the provider would be they'd be invoicing 300 to the council, taking loads of bills off, and the provider would get 130, take off your 70, and that's their net. But we don't have a provider anymore. So we're taking what the provider would take.
Excellent, yeah.
So literally doubled our rent.
Yeah.
Which is mad.
That's brilliant. From a social housing perspective, because it's a bit of a shiny penny, especially in the North East at the moment, a lot of people are going that model, and it's working successfully for a lot of people. What are the main sort of things to look out for when it comes to social housing? Because people seem to be jumping into it with 2 feet, as people do. What would you say are the main things to watch out for?
If a provider's scaling quick, you probably would think that's a good thing. It's actually a bad thing because it takes providers a long time, even when a tenant's in the house, it takes the provider a long time to get the housing benefit claim accepted and get in payment, probably like 3 months.
Right.
Whereas they're paying you from month 1. So they're already behind on cash flow by 2 months.
Ah, right, okay.
And you do that over, the provider we had was 3,000 units.
Right. Well,
So like they're behind on cash flow for so long.
big numbers.
And then it catches up and it would all be great. But like in between that period, bad stuff can happen. So if they grow quick, it's not good. If they offer long leases, not good. No one should be offering 25-year leases or 20-year leases.
Yeah, it just never sounds right. That I mean, I've got no sort of experience of social housing, but when I hear people talk about the sort of 25, 30-year leases, I'm like, how can that even be projected by a business?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like looking at their accounts, again, we did all of this DD. Management accounts were all forged.
Yeah,
For the biggest CIC in the country. And then, I mean, when they went bust, we'd obviously paid a proportion of our rent on certain properties up front for the year. It was about 300 grand cash. Went bust, gone. See you later. And he took like £1 million in total and just went to India.
Did he really?
Yeah, just went. And we sat on a call with him and he told us what he was doing.
Bloody hell.
And we was like, where's the money? He was like, in my bank. Crazy.
That is horrendous. I don't know how people can get away with it. So you were talking about before, you were paying you were happy paying slightly over market price to seal deals because you had confidence in selling it on to Hong Kong or London, wherever you were selling them to, which worked obviously brilliant for you. How's your deal formula, your sort of criteria changed since then? What you look at now? Is it ROI? Is it money left in? Is it what you look at now?
Yeah, so what we do now is just trade. So we're just property trading.
Ah, right, okay.
So we're just literally trading property. So it's literally the complete opposite. We want to buy stuff 50% below market value. We'll buy anything. Typically anything less than 200 grand. We'll just buy complete in 1-2 days.
Right.
But buy super, super cheap. I'll give you an example. So like a deal that we completed on 2 weeks ago, bought at 160. It was sold at 220. Well, in legals to sell. The person who was buying it at 220 was just slow in legals. Was just going to take 3-month legal process.
Right.
They're probably like 2 weeks in. The vendor who was selling it was going to miss the buying process of a dream house.
Right.
Because that was the chain.
Yeah.
Ended up turning around and we bought it for 160 grand.
Yeah.
And now it's on the market at 215.
Brilliant.
And so like that's all we'll do. We'll do no work to the property ever. We just buy super cheap, then either put it into auction or put it on the open market.
So just deep dive into that process then, because my first question is how are you finding these deals? That I hear people talk about property trading, and it's I know it's very genuine. I've seen people do it locally and they do very well out of it. But how are you finding those deals?
Yeah, so the only thing in property trading you need to do is just find motivated vendors. People that are motivated to sell a house. So you got probate, people that potentially stuck in a chain, people are going to get repossessed, anything like that. So they're probably like the 3 main areas. In terms of finding them, is we've got relationships that we've built through people that we know, different companies who spend £250,000 a month on ads. Yeah. And the ones that they don't buy, they give to us on our network, so we can buy them just because there's a number of people rather than just like dealing with one person. Yeah. So there's power in numbers. But ultimately, it's the way that people offer on stuff I always talk about. So I probably get access to most of the same deals that everyone gets access to, but the way I'll position my offer is very different. So I always compare it to like Amazon. So why do people buy a laptop off Amazon rather than Currys? Well, it's because you've got certainty that you're going to get that laptop. It's Amazon. They've got millions of reviews, so you know you're going to get it. And you can picture yourself on that laptop, right? Speed. You literally click a button and it'll be there the next day. So you can picture yourself the next day with that laptop rather than Currys, it click and collect. You're fucking about with all this stuff and you've got to go to the shop. And then efficiency. So like when you're on Amazon, you don't even need to put your card details in, you just swipe it. This is great, right? Yeah. And that's the same with property. You can offer 200 grand on something and I can offer 150 and I'll get the deal. Like, you're not competing on price, you're competing on speed and efficiency and certainty of sale. Yeah. So for me, my pitch is, if it's on for 200 and someone's willing to buy it at 200, I'll say, well, I'll buy it off you for 150 grand. Oh, we're not doing that. Yeah, but the 150 grand that I'm going to give you, I promise you that it'll be in your bank account tomorrow. And then that's pretty powerful to someone. It's like, do I want to wait 3 months for a survey and a first-time buyer mortgage and then a down val and then chip me for the survey? Or do I just want the 150 tomorrow in my bank?
Like say, especially if the dream house is waiting on the further down the chain.
And it can be stuff on Rightmove. Like I pitch it as I'm going to complete quick. So again, similar model to the Amazon thing. I'm going to complete quick. I'm going to give them certainty of sale because I'm going to send proof of funds, IDs, absolutely everything they need with my offer straight away. So the offer's in their inbox before I even pick up the phone. And I'm going to be efficient. So I'm not going to get searches. I'm going to get an indemnity policy, so insurance policy against my searches. And I'm not going to do a survey, and I'm going to take that risk. But the reason you can take the risk is because I've baked 50 grand worth of buffer.
Yeah, of course.
So if the house has got the worst thing, subsidence.
Exactly.
Then I can fix it.
It's covered. So how are you completing in 2 days then? Because I do all those things you've done with the search indemnity, etc. Brilliant. But it still takes 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So how are you getting them through in 2 days?
Good solicitors, so like specialist trading solicitors.
Right.
You don't need to do anything. Like you can transfer money to your solicitor and say, I need to buy that tomorrow. And your solicitor will just send you a huge document that basically says, you're an idiot. Like, do not do this. But sign here if you want to waive absolutely every right, sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
And you can complete. We did one. It was actually on the train up to Newcastle for Ross's event.
Oh, yeah.
We got sent it the day before, and on the train we were up there with our solicitor, and we signed the docs on the train, and he rang on the train and completed.
Brilliant. And is there never any apprehension, never any anxiety? Is all that taken away by the discount?
Yeah.
And how many of them are you doing a year now?
I mean, we only started trading probably about 4 or 5 months ago properly. I'd probably say like in the next like 12-month period, like this. Like one of my good friends does 150 a year.
Really?
Like, that's just ridiculous. That's just mental. It's like a house every 3 days.
Wow.
We will probably do 20, 25. So not much. But what we will do is some traders will put it in auction and they'll make 5 grand.
Yeah.
And they'll do 10 a month. So 50 grand. And they just want speed and they want the money back.
Yeah.
Our trading is a mixture of in auction, where we might make less, but we get money back quicker, or open market, where we're going to stretch the value, but it's going to take us 6 months to exit.
I was going to say, yeah, how do you deal with that prolonged period?
Yeah, it's just a mixture. It depends on the deal. So like that one we bought there, for example, if I put that into auction, we bought it at 160, I might get 170. So after all fees, I might make 5 grand. Okay, cool, money's back in, experience, deal, social proof, whatever.
Yeah.
But if I can sit there and put it on the market at 215 and the agent's saying that it's a hot market around there, and I might wait 6 months to sell it, but I'm going to make 40 grand after my fees, then I will sit there and wait. Yeah. It's that deal by deal.
I guess it's important that you have that cash support in the background then, because obviously if you're doing it that way and selling it on the open market, obviously your cash is tied up for a long time, but obviously the way you've built your business, I'm sure that's not a problem. So is that going to be the main focus for the future then, trading now? Is that?
Yeah, I think trading and the portfolio, we've got an aim. It's like we plan everything. Like we have board meetings, which sounds like we're some big company, but like we've got me, Adam, Alex, shareholder, FD, finance manager, and we've got other full-time staff, but like we sit in that meeting and we plan out on spreadsheets, full forecast for everything. And for the portfolio, next year we'll be able to buy 4 houses, cash just through the net rent.
Right.
So we're just going to use that rent, not take any money from it, and just buy houses cash.
Brilliant.
With that. And then obviously we'll refinance. But then that compounds. So like, I think by like year 7, you're buying like 20 cash just through the rent. Yeah. So that portfolio will just look after it. Yeah. That will just look after itself. And then trading is almost like fun money. Like we probably will buy some more stuff with it. And then obviously cash flow companies. So, well, software company is not cash flow company, it's the opposite. It just sucks everything out. But we trade to invest in our software company as well,
nice.
Which is a long-term play. And then obviously we've got the members club, which is a cash flow business.
Yeah, we'll come on to that because I want to ask you about that because it looks great. So how's it? I just want to talk about the business and the three of you. You know, you've been through a lot together already, and you're young men, etc., etc. And repeat myself, but how's those sort of relationships developed over time? It must have been a lot of pressure on you at a lot of different times. I can see the pros and cons here. So obviously in the downtimes, if you're just a sole director, it's pretty difficult at times being on your own. Going through it together must have been great. But also there must have been differences of opinion throughout the journey, throughout the process.
Oh, yeah, all the time. Do you know what? Like the last year or two has been pretty plain sailing. And even before that it was. But like we don't really disagree on much now. I think it's because we've all proper like got into our individual roles with what we do. Okay. It's like I will not deal with anything admin wise. I don't deal with anything acquisition wise.
Right.
I don't know what houses we're buying most of the time because that's Alex and Adam's job.
Right.
They worked in tax and insolvency and accounts.
Right.
So they're the numbers guys.
Yeah.
Whereas they would never pick up the phone and do any social media stuff.
Yeah.
They very rarely would go out and raise finance, and that's my job.
So you're the people person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam's probably the perfect blend of Alex enjoys spreadsheets.
Yeah.
I hate them, and Adam will do a little bit of both.
Yeah, that's perfect then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we've sat into our roles. Disagreements at the start, obviously, naturally. Probably when you're young, you start there thinking ego, and you're like, no, I want to do this. No, you're not going to that event. And, you know, if you've got 200 quid in the bank, for example, in the sourcing business, and one of us wants to go to this event to buy a ticket, and it looks like a cool event, it'd be like, no, fuck you, I want to go as well. And it's like, you do have disagreements like that, but we've never had any blazing rows or proper fallouts or anything.
Excellent. That's amazing because you see so many people jumping into business with each other, especially at a young age, and it's it normally only ends one way. So that's brilliant. I suppose you know each other inside out now, and the more deals you do, like you say, if he's good at that, then brilliant. There's no point in going into the business of someone who's got the same qualities as you. It's just pointless, isn't it? So
they're twins as well, so
yeah,
I get outvoted on everything.
Yeah, right. Did they gang up on you?
Hey,
gang up on you?
Yeah.
I can imagine. So, as regards JVs and sort of doing actual property JVs, not the three of you with other people, you do a lot of that as well, don't you?
Yeah. I love JVs.
Right. Why? Why do you love them?
Limited risk. So you're not taking a loan, and you're not signing like a personal guarantee.
Yeah.
So we did 3 big JVs. So we did 2 children's homes and then the Manchester Piccadilly scheme.
Right.
With a company, they've got assets under management of like 2 and a bit bill now, based in the UAE. But we know the guys from London that we met in a private members club, just in London. Like, just came across them, and so we did 3 big JVs with them. The good thing about a JV is there's limited risk. You share the downsides. So shit hits the fan. Then you've got our experience and contacts. You've got their experience and contacts to figure out how you get out of it. You can sleep a bit better at night, and also you share the win. We love sharing the win. Like the only reason we do like property in our own business is to have fun. Like it's genuinely the only reason. So like if we have a really good month, if we sold a load of deals, for example, like we're not deal sources, but if we get loads of opportunities and we sell loads of deals, then we'll just go and like spend that money. Like we'll go on holiday together, for example.
So we should, yeah.
So we share the wins. And yeah, I think it's just a good way to do business. Like people always want to keep 100% of the profit. And I've seen some people say, I'm not giving percentage away. I want to keep 100%. And I always think like, that's such a weird way of looking at it, because the only reason you give up equity in the business or a deal is for value. That value could be experience, it could be money. Like Elon Musk owns like 18% of Tesla. Yep. It's like Jeff Bezos is probably like 12% of Amazon, I think it is. I can't remember the exact figures, but
I think it's
not far off that.
Yeah.
And it's like, who do you think you are that you can keep 100% of this deal, but you want money, you want experience, you want the deal? So who do you think you are? Do you know what I mean? Like, you should split deals with people. It's just, I think it's the best way to do it.
So what do you look for in a JV partner? Are you looking for, it sounds from what you've just said there, like you're looking for, you only JV with experienced developers, investors themselves. Is that true? Or would you go with a newbie investor that had a load of cash?
It's mainly just level of cash.
Right.
So like if someone brought 100 grand and said, can we do a JV flip? I'm not sure we'd do it. For us, like a JV is always like a longer term thing. We always try and, for our JVs, we just want them to be until we're finished in the game.
Right.
It's like as long as possible, like 10,
It's a JV in a company rather than a project, is it?
Depends on like what it is, and it depends on the risk. Like if you're doing a bigger site, it'll just be in an individual project.
Yeah.
But for us, cash is a big thing. So if someone brings a lot of money to the table and we want to build a portfolio with them, then we'll JV on it. Yes, are we going to make less and do a lot of work at the start? 100%. But in 10, 20 years, we have half of that portfolio.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. So if someone needs to bring a lot of cash, not necessarily experience, we'll do everything. But if someone brings experience, then fair enough.
So you'd rather JV than just get loan cash from people? Is that what you're
Personally,
saying?
yeah. Oh, we take loads of loans, but you still having done. I think we've done. I don't know how many in loans. Probably like 5-6 million loans.
Right.
That you still get like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I'm still borrowing this money. Like, it's just there's more risk.
Yeah.
There's more risk. Whereas JV, yeah, you still treat it as if it is a loan in a way, but you know that there's more heads that you can bang together. You know, you can sit around a table and go, something's gone wrong. Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
Whereas if someone's loaned you money and something's gone wrong, they just want the money and the interest.
Yeah.
They don't care about the deal.
Yeah, exactly. The liability's spread, isn't it, if you're JVing? But if you're just lending the money, you have to make sure that that money gets looked after, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting perspective again. So how have you built that? What are the keys for people looking to invest using private finance now? What are the main tips you'd give to people to build that investor confidence? How to attract them first of all, and then build that confidence?
Low hanging fruit, people that know, like, and trust you. I always say to people, I guarantee if I had your phone book, I could raise money for you. And
You do after this.
yeah.
No bother.
But like, there'll be people in your phone book that you can get money from, and they will give you money, but you don't know it, and they don't know it yet. You've just not had the conversation.
Mental, isn't it? Yeah.
You've just not had
I've heard that
the
said
conversation.
before, and it's so true.
It's mental.
Yeah.
Like, the people that you don't think have got money will have money. You never know. They might have had a parent that's just passed away and have a huge inheritance and don't know what to do with it. You don't know situations in life. So low hanging fruit, speak to everybody like that. Proximity is big. Proximity is the biggest one for us, which sounds very simple, get in the right rooms, but like, you need to be intentional about it. So I go to a ridiculously expensive gym. Like, it's a gym that I sit there, I'm like, why would I pay for this? Like, this is way out of my reach.
Right.
But I only go there not to go to the gym, just to meet people.
Network.
Because everyone there is extremely wealthy. And so, like, I pay to get into that room, but then in the same breath, I'm sat there thinking, well, this is then going to pay me, and I'm going to raise money. I might find someone that wants to do say about £10 million. Let's do some stuff together. Like, you just never know.
Yeah.
You got to be willing to make that investment as well
100%.
to get into that room.
Yeah.
Social media and personal branding for attracting people is massive. LinkedIn.
Yeah, LinkedIn seems to be the one now, doesn't it? It's,
Huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, there's a mad stat on LinkedIn that on Instagram, a lot of people post, I mean, I don't, and a lot of people don't also do this, but a lot of people post like once a day. And like, when you add stories to that, maybe they're posting like 5 times a day.
Yeah.
From like the reels and a post and a story. LinkedIn people, on the average, is people post once a week. So like, the barrier to entry to be really good on LinkedIn is so low. If you post every day on LinkedIn, you're just going to smash it. And you can build your own network on there. If you go to a networking event and there's 100 people in a room, you can't before that event say, I want him to be there, him to be there, him to be there. On LinkedIn, you can. You can set up a new LinkedIn profile today and only connect to CEOs if that's what you want. And you can just have 10,000 CEOs, nobody else other than a CEO all around the world. Anything you post, it's only CEOs that see it. Anyone you message, only a CEO who's got cash. And so you build your own network. So I think that's a good way to do it.
It's a pretty obvious one, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Because LinkedIn, it seems that over the last sort of 6 to 12 months, everyone's talking about LinkedIn now, whereas before it was Instagram. And Instagram's great for building a following and for chatting to like-minded people, I find, building your network. But yeah, LinkedIn, I mean, it's full of business owners, essentially. So yeah, it's an obvious one, really.
One thing I'd say about Instagram as well is using it correctly. So, I mean, you could have hardly any. You could have like 500 followers, for example. But if you posted about your property journey, whatever, and you still got 500 followers, and you put an Instagram story how Instagram stories are massively underutilized that says, who wants to invest in property? And it's just a poll that says yes or no. And then every single person that votes yes, just have a call with them.
Yeah.
Oh, why do you want to invest? And if you're a deal sourcer, you might have 15 people that say yes. You might have 15 new investors that have got 30 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand, a million. If you want to understand who your audience is, why are you struggling? What are you struggling with in your property journey at the minute? Raising finance, finding deals, I don't know, whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
But then you start to understand everyone who's in your Instagram audience. Yeah. And then when people vote, just open up a conversation with them. People don't speak to anybody. Like, people don't speak to people.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you going to raise, if you want to raise £1 million, you can't expect to speak to 5 people. I probably spoke to like thousands of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to speak to a lot of people.
It's a good way of doing it, that actually, the polls, because it's literally just like an online form, isn't it? You
just click.
You're literally identifying.
Everyone votes on a poll. Like, I see a poll. I see a poll on Instagram story. Whatever it is, I'll vote on it.
Don't even read it half the time. Just click yes or no.
Well, they normally put it in the bottom right, where, do you know when like you click to the next story and you
click on it anyway. Yeah, it's true actually. Yeah. But I suppose so. Yeah, it sounds simple, but it's not rocket science, is it? You're talking about if you say to people, or if you give me your phone now, I'll find you some money. I think people find that first conversation so difficult. I think as British people, especially in the Northeast, we're taught to like you never lend money off anybody, and
very quiet.
Yeah, money's quite a taboo sort of subject. It's you have your own money. You don't ask for anyone else's. So how do you get over that? How do you, for a new investor coming in now, how do you broach that first conversation?
So a lot of people will always ask too early.
Yeah, too direct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just all relationships. So even like your first LinkedIn message, people will go, "Hi, I'm a property investor. I'm based in this part of the country. I help people invest in property. I can sell you deals. Look at this example deal, for example." My first LinkedIn message is, "Hi mate, Aston here, from Manchester. I run a few property companies. Good to meet you." There's like no friction.
Yeah.
And it's the same with like your phone book. It's like, can you just speak to someone with no friction and say, "Hi mate, I'm working on some property deals at the minute. Do you want to meet for a bit? And I'll just run it by you and see what you actually think of them." Mm-hmm. Almost as in like, can you look over the deal?
Yeah.
Not to invest, but like, I value your opinion on whether you think it's a good deal, whether they've done property or not.
Yeah.
Or do you want to go for a beer? I'm working on some property stuff at the moment. I thought I'd just explain it to you.
Yeah.
So you're not pitching.
No.
You just go and meet them for a beer. And you always get more information out of people as well.
Yeah, especially about 8 pints in. Yeah.
Oh, that's the best time. That's the best time.
Yeah, 100%. I guess that's it. It's just being indirect, isn't it? And you sort of you're asking the right questions, but you're not making it awkward.
Yeah. If you add friction to the conversation, it's done.
Yeah, and I see it all the time. I see people with 1 or 2 properties all over Instagram asking for money. I need this money. It's not something I would invest in. But like you say, if you built a relationship, people know, like, and trust, like you said before. LinkedIn's a no-brainer. And obviously for someone like you who's absolute master at raising cash now, you're obviously teaching people within your network how to do that as well. Mm-hmm. I mean, when Danielle, the blonde property investor, came on, she spoke about you very early in the podcast, I think, and
nice.
Referring to you as the sort of king of raising private finance. So how do you find teaching other people how to do it? Is it quite rewarding? It must be nice to see people lending huge sums of money on the back of what you've taught them.
Yeah, 100%. I love it. We've done, since May last year, Members Club members have raised 23 mil.
Really?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Which is pretty cool.
And how many members is that?
Currently got 180 members.
Brilliant.
Some people, for him, he's done 2 and a bit. So some like big chunks in there.
Yeah.
Most people are probably, who've raised money, are probably around like the 100 to $500,000.
Brilliant.
But it's good. I like it. It's a relatively simple process. I always think raising money is the easiest part of property. Right. Finding a good deal, I think, can be really hard.
It can be, yeah.
So I think raising money is an easy bit, and people raise money within within the members club to each other, because there's people doing the same thing and want to do the same thing.
Yeah.
People can become business partners because they've got the same vision or whatever.
Yeah.
So again, instead of building like an educational platform, what we did was build a network of high quality property investors. You know, we work with footballers, some celebrities and different types of people, and they're all hovering about in the members club. It's pretty bad. But I guess one good story, separate to the members club, was probably shows you the importance of posting on social media. I got a DM once off someone that plays for United in the first team every single week.
Right.
I was like, what? I was like, is this a fake account? I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And he's like, do you want to meet for a coffee? I'm around the corner from where you live. I was like, yeah, let's do it. I thought I was going to turn up and like just be some random people. And it was actually him. And he sat down and he was like, I always watch your stuff. He was like, literally, when I get home, like, I have your YouTube on the big screen on my TV. I'm like, what?
Brilliant.
I'm like, this is bizarre. Like, why are you watching me on your TV at home being a professional footballer for United? I just thought it was mental, but it just shows the importance of posting on social media, but also people will be watching that you don't think are watching.
100%.
And it might just not be the right time for them to reach out. So never stop. Like, just keep going all in on socials.
That's a great example, because you think, you know, he's playing for United, he's on top of the world, he's a multi-millionaire, famous,
Literally.
but he still doesn't know anything about property.
Had no clue.
And
They get taught. I said, what do you get taught to invest in? He was like, nothing. With this, we get they give us an option for different funds. That's what they put the money in.
Yeah,
They have no clue.
that's mental, absolutely mental.
No clue.
So yeah, you know, he doesn't know everything, and he's obviously got an interest in property. So you know, you positioned yourself as an expert. So that's proof in the pudding, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, he's a great guy as well. He was so sound.
So is he part of the network now? Or?
No, I was in two minds. I was like, when I go meet him, like, if I ask him, like, does he want help?
Fill this form in.
Yeah, like, do you want help? He'd start probably being standoffish, because footballers everyone wants something from a footballer, like friends, family, randomers. So I just said to him, listen, like, I've got him on WhatsApp, and I was like, just anything you need, just drop me a text. But again, with someone like him, I'm thinking a long game of potentially he might. I think he's close to retiring. He might want to build a portfolio and need help. Yeah, and
brilliant.
I don't know, maybe we can do it together.
You're the man. Yeah,
hopefully.
Have you got any traction from the gym then? You mentioned a huge expensive gym. Have those conversations happened? Have you managed to raise money?
100%.
Yeah,
100%. Like there's been people. I mean, I've been sat in the sauna. It's a typical sauna story.
Yeah, everyone's got a sauna start.
Yeah.
I've got one. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Oh, so good. Sauna's the best spot.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
I've been sat in there with my friend, and then we've just been speaking to this other guy, and then the guy gets out, and my mate goes, "Do you know who that is?" I'm like, "I haven't got a clue, mate." He's like, "You know, he sold this like trucking company for like 100 million." I'm like, "You're joking?" Yeah. So every time I go into the sauna, I'm like trying to find this guy. But yeah, 100% raise money from the gym, raise money from going and sitting in nice places to have your coffee, to go out. Like, I'd go Wetherspoons any day of the week. Yeah. I'm a spoons guy. For a night out, I love going to spoons, cheap beer. But probably like 2 years ago, I started switching and just went to Dakota Hotel. It's a nice hotel in Manchester. It's where a lot of rich people go. And there was one time when I sat down, I was having a beer on my own because I was going to watch a City game. The lads were already at the ground. And I was sat next to a guy. He was drinking, I was drinking. And he looked at me and was like, "Are you a loner as well?" Because we were both on our own. I was like, "Yeah." Got speaking. He owns a racehorse with Michael Owen. He's got like 10 different companies, makes an absolute fortune.
Brilliant.
And that's the opportunity that's the proof that you need to be in the right places. If I would have gone and sat in Wetherspoons, I never would have had that conversation. Yeah. If I would have gone and sat in Starbucks rather than sitting in Dakota for a coffee in the morning, I never would have had a conversation like that. So you just like, proximity is who is the person you want to attract? Who's your ideal client? How much money do you want to raise? Because if how much money do you want to raise? And people go, "I don't know, just as much as possible." So what are you on about? Yeah. You need to know how much money you want to raise, because different people will have different amount of money. You need to build your ideal client, and then where are these people going to be? If you want £10 million to invest in property because you're doing some big developments, then who's going to have 10 mil? Like, what job do they have? And then where do these people go?
Yeah, they're not in Spoons, are they?
No. Do they go to the Mayfair Hotel? Do all these high net worths congregate at a mad event at the end of the year that you can get a ticket for? It's like just being strategic rather than just hoping.
Yeah, 100%. No, I love that. And it's a skill in itself, being able to go into Wetherspoons and chat to the locals. And my friends always say about me, and it does. It's got me far in life. And but then I can go to a high-end hotel and hold my own and talk to people. And that's like you said, it's a skill in itself. You don't have to put yourself in a box, do you?
No.
You know, you can if someone's a good person, it doesn't matter where they are.
Yeah,
I'll have a conversation with them.
100%.
So what's the main things that you've got out of the network then? Because it's obviously a very successful network now. You've changed the name recently as well, haven't you? So what was behind the name change?
So it was originally called AFPI Network. Our business is called AFPI, AF Property Investments, AF, Adam Flynn, Alex Flynn. I didn't get my last initial in there, unfortunately.
Twins. So.
Yeah. And that didn't mean anything. Like it had a good reputation, like name-wise in the industry, but like AFPI doesn't mean anything. So for us, we were like, it's not something we pop up for a year and make money and go. It's like something that can genuinely be here for like 20, 30 years. So we're thinking, what could we do? Make it more brandable, make it look better, a better name. So then we just changed it to the Members Club. And I think it just, we bought the domain and it just works.
It's very brandable, isn't it? It's a good name, nice name. Yeah, because I remember when I heard about you AFPI, I was like, I can't remember who told me about it at the time, a couple of years ago. They said it's a group where they raise finance for people, blah, blah, blah. And I was trying to work out the initials. I was like, well, the F must be finance. I was like,
everyone used to call it AFPI as well. And I was like, no. I was like, name change.
Yeah. Members Club's a lot more memorable, yeah.
Yeah, it's more exclusive. Like we are super exclusive. Everyone has to have a call. We DQ so many people. You can't go online and pay. You can't do any of that stuff. It's exclusive. We select who comes in. Like genuinely do. People say that, but we genuinely do.
Yeah.
And it's just super high quality. So much activity. So much money gets raised. So many deals get bought. You got a problem with anything. You have 24/7 support to me and my business partners. Same with everybody else in the network. Like everyone, it is a network. It's a proper community of people that are doing good stuff. But you get the education, you get the calls, you get the support and all of that. But most important part of property is people. Yeah. The more people you know in property, the more money you make.
100%.
Simple.
Yeah, I agree with that. What's the main thing you've got out? Obviously, you've just told me a list of everything that the members get. What's the main thing you've got out of having that network and helping others?
I mean, super proud of it. Some of the stories are crazy. Proudest moment of my property career was a guy who started with us about 18 months ago. Never done property, never done a deal, just wanted to start. So he started off deal sourcing, sold a few deals, set up a cash flow company, which we told him that obviously deal sourcing cash flow, but something that he could eventually scale and sell. Set up a cleaning business, which I know a lot of people are doing for some Airbnb stuff or different contracts, commercial contracts. He did that as well, and has since just opened his own estate agency.
Is he?
And I was like, 18 months. This guy was literally in his mum's bedroom.
Smashing.
Do you know what I mean? And so you get a massive amount of pride and stuff like that, but also in a selfish way, it builds my network.
Yeah.
I now know everyone in there who I didn't know prior. And so now I've got more leverage when I go and try and get good deals for other people. Or when I go and build a relationship with somebody. In the past, it would have been me, Adam, and Alex. Whereas now I can stand there and say, well, it's me, Adam, and Alex, but you've also got 180 super high quality, qualified other people that will use what this is because it's so good. So it gives us leverage in that way. Yeah, it's more like pride. I'm proud of it. Love seeing the results.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun.
Yeah. It looks like it actually, yeah. And I'm not just saying this because you're right, I've heard some very positive reports from it, yeah. So you're obviously doing something right within there. What's the plan for it? How big do you want it to be? I
want it to be as big as possible, but not in terms of number of people, just in terms of like the stuff that we can do. So more events and bigger and better events. Again, when I say bigger events, not more people. Like next year, we've got a Marbella trip that we're doing. So there'll be 30 of us in Marbella, which would be pretty cool. So there's like bigger stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily, yes, more people would be good, but if it's the right sort of person that adds value to other people and also wants to progress in their own journey.
How do you qualify people then? Do you go off people's word, or do you look at the backgrounds? Or
Yeah, so there's a mixture of stuff. If you're brand new to property, it doesn't mean that it's a no, because like everyone's brand new at some point. A big thing for us is like attitude and the type of person. If I genuinely, one of the qualification things is if I can't go out for a beer with this person, like they just will not work. Like it genuinely won't work. Like it not in the fact that's like, I don't mean like if I'm not going to go out with him next week, the guy might not drink or the girl might not drink, that's fine. Yeah. But like, I almost mean it in the sense of like, if I can't get around a table and just have a really good chat and a bit of banter.
How do you work that out in a short period of time?
I think you can just tell. I could tell I could go for a beer with you.
Yeah.
And we'd have a laugh.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I
it's
think
just a phone call to them, is it? Or
face to face.
Oh, right.
Not face to face at Zoom.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, cameras on, like you can just see in the person's eyes. Also, like drive and determination is a massive thing. Mm-hmm. Like if you're just going to sit there and think you're gonna pay for something, and you're going to get to where you want to go, then you're an idiot.
Yeah, I think a lot of people fall into that trap, don't they? They think it's a silver bullet, right? I'm going to pay 10 grand, either a network or a course, and all my problems are going to be solved. And then that person that I'm paying the money to is going to do all the running around for me.
Exactly.
It's just it's your foot in, but
doesn't work. No. People are addicted to buying courses.
100%.
I found that, and I'm like, what are you doing?
100%. Yeah.
I find it insane.
Mental. Absolutely mental.
And they pay ridiculous money for them as well. Like ours is, it's not 10 grand. There's no credit cards coming out. People are addicted to it, and you can't expect magic results. And like, if we can't see that someone's going to put the work in, I always talk about Newton's third law of like, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction.
100%. Yeah.
So if you wanna have £1 million, you can't expect to ring 5 people. Mm-hmm. You need to ring 1,000 people. Like if you wanna get 100,000 followers, you can't post once a week on Instagram. Mm-hmm. You're gonna want to up that volume and do better quality content and pay more for a videographer or an editor. Yeah. You need to pay for good stuff. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it all comes down to that.
I like the fact you do qualify people, because a lot of networks seem to just go on numbers, and then I'm not part of any, and I've never done any courses or anything like that, but I've done like local networking and some great people there, but you sort of stop going because you go and it's full of newbies, which is totally fine. I'll try and help as many people as I can. I'm more than happy to do that, but I also want some value out of it myself as well. I want to come away thinking, oh God, I didn't know that. And then I just found I was giving a lot of advice, but not getting anything in return. So
we probably have, for like context, we probably have 20% new.
Right.
So like, it's like pretty low.
Yeah.
Like most.
But you need them as well, don't you?
Of course
you need new people coming through.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Because they're also some really good people.
Yeah.
And like Alfie, for example, with the estate agency, like if we just DQ'd people that were new, then like it doesn't make sense. But you're 100% right. I don't go to networking events. That's pretty much why we built our own and do our own networking events just for members, just because we know the value of other people.
So how often do you meet up? Is it quarterly meet? Once a month? All right, okay. Right.
We do a big quarterly one, which is like in person. So we just had Ollie Adams, Property Freak.
Oh, I saw that one, yeah. He's trading, isn't he? Yeah.
He's
mental numbers.
Unbelievable. He's one of our extremely good mates. He's just insane. Yeah. So he just did a 4-hour talk, and then we had some other people doing other talks. So we do a big quarterly one like that. And then the other ones are, we go out for dinner and drinks. We did 2 nights at the Belfry playing golf.
Brilliant.
60 of us went Chester races together. We just do fun stuff.
Yeah. And your business partners are involved in that network as well?
Yeah. It's me and them too.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So he's away from the spreadsheet and mixing with people. That's
yeah, exactly. Yeah, Adam likes it because he can have a beer.
Yeah, happy days. Don't blame him. So back to your properties then. What's your sort of plans for the future? You've been exposed to quite a few strategies. You've mentioned buy-to-lets a couple of times during this conversation. Do you see the value in buy-to-let still?
Massively.
Yeah.
I think.
Why?
I think it's the best property strategy.
Why is that then?
It's so future-proofed. It's ridiculous. The supply and demand is crazy. I'm not talking about buying like a 60 grand house and make £200 a month. The £200 a month, actually, I had a members club call last night with somebody, and he was talking about he doesn't even care if he even cash flows off some of his buy-to-lets because he just buys them in such good areas, and he's just going to bank on the growth.
Yeah,
it depends on your goals as well, doesn't it? Like if you want a lot of cash flow, buy-to-lets, definitely have them in your portfolio to diversify. Are they going to make you rich instantly? No. Will they make you rich in 20, 30 years? Yes.
Yeah.
So it depends what you want. I think they're the best property strategy because there's always going to be people needing a house. Yeah. And HMOs are great. Like I said, we have loads of HMOs, harder to manage. They make you more money, so they should be a bit harder. Also more costs. Probably more renovation work every so often. Just depends what you're into.
Yeah, it's like you say with HMOs. I've got HMOs, but not many. I'm not a big HMO investor. But I do like the capital growth. I bought my first buy-to-lets 2 decades ago. I'm showing my age here, but it's like the. And I always thought they were shit houses, and they just ticked over £250 a month. Great. But now they've doubled in price.
Yeah,
it took 20 years because it's the northeast. We don't get a lot of capital growth, but. Now I'm like, bloody hell, like I've done nothing for that. It's just,
it's
an amazing concept. And I've gone sort of full circle now. So I started off buy-to-lets heavily, and then the HMOs, service accommodation. I've done quite a few commercial to resi conversions the last 3 or 4 years, and now I've started buying buy-to-lets again. And that's why I asked you, because it's just such a simplistic model. The risk, there's no building control, which a bugbear at the moment. There's no planning. There's no architect. It's just, I know that the low reward at the end, but it's just a numbers game. That I've got a management company, so I don't get involved in the management. It's just and I think I'm gonna do commercial resi still, but I think my main focus is going to be buy-to-lets in the long term. Yeah,
100%. I always think it's the best business model. Best property strategy you can do. So if you get enough of them, your cash flow is good anyway.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's just a numbers game, isn't it?
And like you actually figure the numbers out on a big commercial HMO. You make £1,000 a month, let's say. Maybe you make a little bit more, but let's say you make 12 grand a year. You then look at the capital growth on that property will be hardly anything, in my opinion. Some people, I know some people do some of them commercial by HMOs, and they do see capital growth.
Yeah.
Fine.
It's area dependent, isn't it?
Yeah, massively. Yeah. But let's say there's no growth and you're making 12 grand a year, and you buy to let, you bought it in a really good area. It might be a nice 3-bed, might be a semi-detached 3-bed, which you can still get up in the northeast for 150 grand maybe. Yeah. Let's say you make nothing on the cash flow, but every single year it's gone up in 5 grand in value.
Yeah.
Well, then you're actually going to outpace the performance of the HMO, even though they're cash flowing really well. Well, in 20 years' time, what are they going to do with the house? Exactly. Do you know what I mean? So like, you're going to outpace it just through the growth alone, and then if you make cash flow, you double bubble. That's
it. And with the HMOs, I don't want to bash HMOs too much because some people are doing them absolutely brilliantly, but high footfall through them, so they're going to need work on them eventually. But for me, your only exit strategy is a landlord. So especially if you've overdeveloped it, so it's a 7-bed HMO, en suites. Your only exit strategy is a landlord. What do landlords want? They want discounts. So when you do come to exit, if you ever plan to liquidate, you've only got one exit strategy really. Yeah. And I don't like that. With buy-to-lets, you can flip them, you can do a buy-to-let, you can hold them, sell them. They're very liquid. Well, they're not, but in property terms, they're about as liquid as it gets. It's easy to get a
buy-to-let mortgage, isn't it?
Yeah, there's more flexibility with them, and you can sell to a family. It doesn't have to be a landlord type thing.
I also like I'm massive on risk, so like it sounds like we take a lot of risk, but like we are very like we kind of work off our own like framework in our head of like how many risk factors when we're buying a deal. Yeah. We don't have a specific list, but like we'll look at something and go, right, tenants in there and we don't know whether they're paying. We're buying it blind. That's a risk factor, and we'd still buy that if the numbers stacked without any tenant. Yeah. Right, what would another risk factor be? It wouldn't be something like no parking or anything like that, because that can be cool. It might be it's near a river. Okay, that's a risk factor. Let's ring the insurance company and see if we can get insurance. No, okay, well, that's a big risk factor. And then like we'll just start adding these up and be like, you might get to like 5 risk factors and you go, it's just a bit too many. Yeah. It's just not for us. If it's 2 or 3, you might go, well, that one can be sorted, that can be sorted. And it's fine. But we're pretty risk averse.
Yeah, I was going to say it does sound on your headline numbers and what you've done in a short period of time does sound initially quite risky, but since the conversation's gone on, it's clear that every risk you take is very calculated.
Yeah, massive.
It's very educated risks. So which ultimately contradicts it. And it takes the risk away from it, really. So just because you're doing bigger numbers doesn't mean it's risky, does it? So
yeah, exactly.
The only thing, my worry with buy-to-lets is, it's in the back of my mind, I'm still buying buy-to-lets quite heavily at the moment, but is the government involvement within them? Where do you see that going? I don't want to bash the current government. It's too easy to do. But
yeah, I was going to say, why not?
Yeah. I mean, I do on a daily basis. Yeah. But it's not all about them, is it? Just the future of buy-to-lets, where do you see that going as regards sort of renters reform? And
I think it's sound.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really look too much into it, but I think the people that control the entire world are the biggest property investors in the world. The people that control massive parts of the economy in the UK, the banks, come Blackstone, BlackRock, all these companies, they're the biggest property investors in the UK.
Yeah.
They don't buy HMOs. They're just buying buy-to-lets. They're buying family houses.
They're
buying new build sites. 50,000 houses for Lloyds. BlackRock, $1 billion over last year. It's like they're just buying family houses. So these guys aren't just going to like roll over. Like, these guys make the rules. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really that bothered. In terms of buy-to-let, one model I quite like at the minute, which we've not done, but we know a lot of people doing it, is just buying a BRR buy-to-let, but instead of doing private tenant, just stick it on SA.
Right, okay.
Because the Renters Reform Bill doesn't apply to that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, it's attractive. I've got some SA units myself, and I just dabble. It's not a big thing for me, but yeah, it's becoming more attractive because you're not.
Even if you make the same amount as you buy to let doing it as an SA,
exactly.
The property's in good condition. It's getting cleaned.
Yeah.
There's more control, and like you can make the same amount as you buy to let, but at least you've got control over the house.
Very good point, actually. And Samuel Leeds made it on one of his videos not long ago. And it is, like you say, even if you are just making the same amount of money, you've got access to the property whenever you need it, getting cleaned all the time, and you haven't got a long-term tenant locked in. So even if you're sort of 40 or 50% occupancy, you probably do all right. You probably do all right. I never thought about it that way, but.
And there's so many areas that you'd never think are good for SA.
No.
We see some people doing like some SA stuff in Burnley. And areas like that. I won't say the name because I don't know whether they want me to tell them about the area, which I've just disclosed anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like, fucking SAs in Burnley are printing. It's like fully booked.
Right.
You're like, how?
Is it contractor? Is it blue collar?
I have no clue.
Right.
But it's like Airbnb, booking.com.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, how? Like, who's going visiting Burnley?
Yeah. It's mental. It's the same up here. I've got some SA units. I've got one in Stockton, which is quite a rundown town, similar to Middlesbrough. And I have people coming over from South Africa, I had a family the other day over from Barcelona visiting some friends. It's just, you don't think about it. You literally can
Big
work anywhere, yeah. So that, it's got me thinking about that. I think buy-to-lets, I'll still do buy-to-let with most of them, but I might do a bit more SA. So you're going to go that way. I'm guessing your business partners are on that same thought process as you as well. I guess it's very important that you all agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went back and forth because like the model we do now is like so lucrative. It's immense. Like obviously we're in at cash right now, but investor cash. Like our net yield's like north of 20%, which is like
net.
Net. So we say, like, which sounds like a lie. Like that sounds like bullshit. But we take it to the lenders, and
because you lack a lender,
and the lender goes, well, these numbers are super high. Like we need to see all of the like rental income. We need to see all of the breakdowns, etc.
Yeah.
And that's why it's taken us so long to refinance, because we've been stabilizing it to get all of that data, and then we literally give it them, and they're like, "Holy shit!"
But they can't believe their eyes.
No, it's great. Yeah. It's mental. I
don't know anyone that's got multiple properties like that, massive portfolio of cash. I don't know any. In fact, I've never even heard of anyone.
Yeah.
I know he's part of your business, which obviously is amazing. But mate, the sky's the limit, isn't it?
I know. But the hard part is you want to double down on that because it's so good.
Well, that was my next question. Why are you not doing that then? You want to diversify?
Investor wants to. I could be tempted. Adam, no. Alex, I'm not sure. I think we'll
Why?
do a bit. Is
there a risk?
We're still very scared about social housing. We've been scarred by going all in on something in the past, so it's probably good that we don't. Also, more development work, doing more HMOs.
Yeah.
We hate developments. Like, take my hat off to you for doing commercial to resi, because we did doing 3 of them. It's
frustrating process.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Yeah. Like someone tells me to convert a building, I'm like, I haven't got a clue. Like dealing with planning. It's like we've gone through planning a few times, which is sound, but it's just something I don't need in my life. I can't sleep at night. Like when you got a big commercial to resi site, when it's done, it's great. You make a load of money off it.
Yeah.
But the whole red tape, I just can't deal with.
The red tape kills me. I hate it. The bureaucracy is just ridiculous. I told you about the issue I've got with building control on one of my projects at the moment. Yeah, and there's a lot of moving parts. It's not difficult, I find. Especially on the small. I've just bought Barclays, my local Barclays bank. So I'm putting commercial on the ground floor and putting 3 apartments above. That's sort of my sweet spot. That's what I like. It's not huge. It's 5,000 square foot, but it's not a lot of units. Sort of 4 lots of tenants. That's why I'm happy with. Anything bigger, and I've done bigger stuff, it's just ridiculous the amount of paperwork. It's just bureaucracy, isn't it? Like you say, it's not difficult. It's just admin heavy.
Yeah.
And you're just banging your head against the wall. It's just...
We bought the one in Manchester nearly 2 years ago, not when it started. It's like, what? I bought the building for like 700 and like nearly 800 grand. Not the whole building.
For cash?
Investor finance, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 800 grand. And for the last 2 years, we've been 10 grand a month on interest. Not started.
Bloody hell.
And it's like, and the reason is because the building's over 18 metres tall, it falls into a new high risk fire
with a cladding
policy called Gateway 2 because of Grenfell.
Yeah.
And the building's 18.2 metres tall because some selfish person put a dormer on the top of it like 20 years ago.
Oh, no.
And can't start work.
You don't knock it off?
Trust me, I tried. Yeah. I said to the guy, I was like, mate, remeasure that. You know, I think you can tape measures wrong there, mate.
Yeah, it's got, depends what shoes he's got on.
Yeah.
That's frustrating.
Just too much red tape.
Yeah. You do start, and again, back to buy-to-let, it's like the path of least resistance, isn't it? You just think, I got into property to create passive cash and getting these big developments, and I always had this aim of doing like huge skyscrapers myself and all this. But now I couldn't think of anything worse.
Yeah.
It's just so long and arduous, and your money's locked away from, like you've just said there.
Yeah, imagine what we could have done with that money. We would have made more money just using that on smaller projects than if that project went swimmingly and we sold it and made all that money. We still would have made probably the same amount of cash. You may as well take less risk.
Exactly. Less stress.
Yeah, definitely less stress.
Well, that was my next question. Are you going to go on to the larger commercial stuff? But I think you've you've answered.
Going backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Small terraced houses.
Yeah,
for sure.
All in sort of the northwest. You're going to, is that
anywhere?
Yeah. Are you still buying nationwide then now? Yeah. Okay.
I'd love to do more in the northeast. Like I said, I actually love the northeast. Yeah. My sister lives up here. I think it's a great place to invest. It's one of the only places that I think hasn't seen the massive growth. And I think it will because I think it should. Yeah. South Wales, great spot.
Yeah, it's hot spot at the moment. Yeah.
Some stuff there. We'll buy Midlands, we'll buy Northwest, Lancashire, London, anywhere, we'll buy anywhere.
Are you just leaning into your relationships with other property sources around, or the property people, I should say, around the country just to find you the deals? Or
pretty much, yeah. But just like very specific people, because most deal sources are. Yeah.
Well, the amount of volume of deals that you'll get past, I'm sure you have to be specific with that. Yeah. But I think the northeast and northwest hotspots massively, and like you said, that you haven't really. Northeast hasn't really seen the growth. When you look at inflation, we've had a massive crash. When real property prices compared to when you take inflation into consideration, Northeast had quite a large property crash. Just no one's talking about it because it's not in it's not in the advertised numbers. It's just when inflation's involved. So I think there's real growth to come just because of that.
I mean, Darlington,
yes,
is a great spot.
Yeah, it is.
To buy.
Yeah.
Like seriously good spot. I know. One of my friends, he does some like sourcing up here. It's just unreal. Numbers are crazy.
Yeah, it is.
This place will see massive growth, won't it?
It will, yeah. They're extending the train station just outside here. There's a lot of government jobs coming up, treasury jobs, etc. A lot of private money coming in. Amazon is extending again. So, yeah, good times ahead for the North East, I think. I think London is struggling. I think since COVID, people don't need to be in the city anymore. I think that was a bit of an eye-opener, wasn't it? I'm sure it'll come good again, London.
People don't want to get shanked, mate. Walking down the street.
Well, I know that's the problem now,
you
isn't
live
it?
in the capital, one of the capital cities of the world, and you struggle to walk around it safely.
Yeah. Well, I know my mate lives there. He said he literally will not look at his phone in a public place.
No.
So they're just gone. He was on his phone the other day, and some bloke on an e-scooter just came up and barged him over to get his phone. Luckily, his phone didn't come out of his hand, and the lad hit him and went into a shop window, hurt himself, thankfully. I was like, how are you living like that? Like, it's just,
especially when you're paying like it's fine. Like you live somewhere where you got a house for 20 grand. Like you can sort of expect it.
Yeah.
Your house is down there like £1 million, and your rent's like £5 grand a month for some crap.
Yeah.
It's like you expect a bit more.
and you can't wear a decent watch. You can't.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, but I thought it was just people in the media talking it up. But when you speak to me, like people you know actually personally, it's just like bloody hell.
Genuine.
What's the end goal for you then personally? Where do you want to? Well, what's the end goal for the business? And then what are your personal aspirations? Where do you see it going?
Big thing for me is just like having fun, like genuinely. Like I don't have any. I'll probably stop doing any form of business just when I don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
Like just when I'm not having fun, I'm not enjoying it.
You say that now because you've had a lot of success. Was the fun element, was that always your aim, or was that something that's happened now you've got money?
Probably more so now, but I also used to hate not having any form of control over like your daily life. Mm-hmm. So like the biggest thing for me, and I always say when I speak to people, is like, I don't have to get my hair cut on a Saturday. Sounds ridiculous. But like when you're in a 9-to-5 job, you do.
Mental, innit?
And it's like simple stuff like my dog, like I can just drop him at daycare whenever I want. I can take him out whenever I want. It's like that's like pure happiness. Yeah, like for me. It's so simple.
You take it for granted though, don't you, at times?
Huge.
I have to pinch myself sometimes. I'm like, similar to you, like cruise on in the morning with the dogs and go in the office, you got total control, but
that's a massive thing.
Yeah.
That's your life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you want to enjoy your life, and I think naturally that comes with just building the businesses more. The portfolio will grow. That's more long term. I don't think we won't take a penny out of that for years and years and years.
When's enough? Is it? Do you have a figure of properties or in mind, or is it just whenever it feels?
Yeah, just whenever. Like I think our software company will be something that that'll probably take us to a different level in terms of like money wise. And it's not like we're just three young lads building a software business. Like our investor sold 3 software companies. So our main investor, his first one for $1 million, second for 5, and his last one for 46. And he's equal shareholders with us, and he's building our software company.
Oh, amazing.
So like it's got the ability to do really well, and it's in the property industry.
What is it? What is the software then?
So it's for social and supported living.
Right.
Eventually, I'm hoping like when we sell it, you give them a vision, don't you, where it can go. Yeah. And they'll probably bring it into private rentals, or maybe we will do that, but it's pure control of the entire house as someone who owns it. So you have the app on your phone, you have it on your laptop, you have a dashboard, you control your heating. When, let's say you've got a HMO, for example, when doors are open and shut, you can have triggers for after 12 and after midnight. If the front door opens more than 10 times, send me an alert. What's going on? If you're running a service accommodation unit, is there a party? Noise detectors, damp. So we have like loads and loads and loads of data on different things that impact damp. And we've got loads of sensors around the house which you won't even be able to see.
Really?
And before damp occurs in the house, we'll be able to tell you that the house is going to be damp.
Really?
And let's say you have a leak, for example. Before the tenant rings you that there's a leak, your stop tap will be turned off automatically.
Right.
So it won't leak. So it just like whole house control, all will happen automatically. You can set on the app, you can set what notifications you like. Like an important one in supported living, if a fire door is just put open and just left open because they just want the doors open. So that's
you see all the time.
That's a huge fire risk.
It is, yeah.
For a provider.
It's even wedged open all the time, don't you? Yeah.
For damp for a provider, you know, Awab's Law, the young lad who died because the social housing unit had a load of damp in it. Like, the problem is hundreds of millions of pounds. It's reputational damage. It's, you know, companies going bust. And I think a lot of what we do just solves it.
So it's not just software, then, it's a product, because you're going to have sensors in the house.
Hardware and software.
That's interesting,
So you'd pay for the hardware installation.
Right.
Which is something that's the only blocker to the business model at the minute that we're trying to figure out is the upfront cost. Obviously, there's a lot more if we put CCTV in. Like you can literally go on the app and you see all your cameras and the whole house and the humidity levels and everything. And then the software, you just pay for the software every single month, almost as if it's like a management cost. So it's like just £50 a month for the property, and you get everything. So yeah, should be good. Hopefully.
Sounds amazing. So now, like you said, the only problem you've got is to make it affordable for
the install cost.
A lot of people, yeah.
Like, let's say for you doing a commercial to resi conversion, like if we speak, like when you're doing your development work now, or like when you're at the start of a development and we do a whole plan for you to put it in and we tell you where the sensors are and we give you a quote, then you just factor, as an investor and developer, you just factor that into your costs of the build.
Into your deal, yeah.
That's not, that side of the market's fine. It's for the supported living and the affordable housing companies that own 100,000 houses.
Yeah, existing stuff.
And we want it in 100,000 houses. Yeah. That's our overall target. To exit, it's like going to them and saying it's going to cost you X £1,000 per house. And they go, well, we'd love to do it on 1,000, but that's going to cost us 10 million. It's like, how do we do it? Like, can we get working on trying to do some grant stuff?
I suppose the money it's going to save them as well.
Exactly. It's massive for like all the ESG stuff. So EPC stuff. Yeah. We're looking into some grants that we could maybe get companies.
Sure, there'll be grants for stuff like that.
Finance options. That's our biggest issue. Like, that's the one thing that we're trying to solve.
Yeah. And when you're, difficult to say probably from what you've just said there, when's your projected launch?
We've got it in all of our houses.
Have you really?
Yeah.
All right.
So that's that. I mean, we're fortunate that, like you probably thought when I was talking about damp and how we measure it with like people have a shower, for example, and the software knows that someone's having a shower because there's a spike and then it tails off. But we know sort of like times in the day, and we've been fortunate that we put it in all of our houses, and for the last 12 months we've been able to test patterns. There's a piece of the software called like draft detection where if, you know, you walk into a HMO, for example, and it's roasting hot, the heating's on 24/7, the back door's open, the windows are open. Yeah.
So all the time,
there's a piece of the software where you can just flick it on and off on the app if you wanted to put it on. It tells you how much you're saving monetary-wise, but it knows when a window's open in any given bedroom, and it will turn the heating off and it'll auto adjust the temperature in that bedroom because it knows the window's open. Yeah. So like,
smart stuff.
Yeah. So it's in our houses. It's going in like 10 other client houses at the minute, and then it's just the cost wise. But they're investors that are just willing to pay the upfront cost because it's just part of the project.
Brilliant, mate.
We'll figure it out.
Super exciting. Super exciting. Right, mate. Last couple of questions. I just want to know if you had your time over again, would you do anything different?
Realistically, you'd like to say no because you are where you are.
That's the easy answer, I think. Yeah.
But realistically, yeah, would have probably not gone all in on HMOs. Wouldn't have scaled to my commercial conversions. Just not where my skill sets lie. I would have raised money even sooner on. I would have built my personal brand sooner. We did the 50 HMOs in 12 years, and I don't even have Instagram. I should have just documented that. We just didn't. I have all the content and stuff, but it was never me, my face. It was just me walking around the house like bed one, bed two. Yeah. Personal brand a lot earlier. So that's probably what I'd do.
Yeah, I think personal brand, again, show me age, but it was never a thing for me. Like growing up, I literally learnt about property sat in a library reading property books and like DIY books about that renovate houses. That's how old I am. But with the internet now, it's just personal brand's everything in it. I'll be honest with you, I hate being in front of camera, but I know it's a necessity now because...
You wouldn't tell, though.
Yeah, it's something you get used to. I just think... I don't think anyone's natural... well, maybe some people are. I'm more relaxed with it now, but a few years ago, I hated it. I couldn't stand it. I'd be watching every reel back to, I said that wrong. Now I don't even watch them. I couldn't care less. But it's just such a necessity now, especially for someone starting out and looking to raise finance.
100%.
Got to get your face out there, haven't you? So last one. One bit of advice for a brand new property investor, what would that be?
Getting good rooms. Because like that just sorts everything out. Whether it's money you're lacking, whether it's deals you're lacking, but like be intentional with the rooms that you're getting in. And second piece of advice, just raise money earlier. Yeah, it's like the two things in property: deals and money. It's the only two things you need to focus on.
Literally,
like find load of money and find good deals. Are the only things that will like take you to wherever you want to get to. Yeah, deals you can always get, money you can always get, but if you're at the start, you probably find more deals than money. So just put 100% focus on finding money. Yeah, it seems that everyone you speak to's got a problem with one of them, haven't they? They're finding the money. You never speak to anyone, well, obviously a few people, yourself included, that've got both. But I've always been in the Northeast. I've always found the deals easier. Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting that you say that. I think if you find deals, you can monetize the deals anyway. Yeah, of course you can. So you can source them on. Yeah. Whereas like if you can't find money, like you're just stuck. Yeah. You can't buy anything. Yeah, true. Mate, absolutely fascinating story. Appreciate it. I'm sure that listeners of this will learn so much. You've done so much for such a young age, and I can't wait to see what the next few years bring for you, because sky's the limit, mate. So same with you, thank you for coming on. Appreciate it. What's the best place for people to reach out to you? Just Instagram, Aston H Property. Brilliant, mate. Thank you very much. Awesome. Appreciate it, man. No worries. Thanks, guys. If you're listening online or watching on YouTube, please do like and subscribe. It really does help. Until next time, take care.